let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about anti-bullying, how to naturally raise your testosterone, your human growth hormone, and make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. All right, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel. Of course, make sure you give me that Earth Defines really thumbs up like so I say, hey, and of course, follow me on my social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat, I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right, in this video we're talking about anti-bullying, because you know what we're all about in the BCC, the Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective. We'll help you manifest a bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis, help you naturally raise your HGH and your testosterone. I'm a spiritual guide, the mentor, here to expand your mind and increase your size. So without further ado, I'm here to tell you about anti-bullying. And yes, coming with that, right here, coming fresh, what it all has to do with is you don't have to knock down anybody else's belief just to make yours valid. And that's what the whole anti-bullying flow is going to help you know. But the first thing that you ought to know is before you wake up this morning, just like me, you know how this feels. Before you take a breath, you can recollect before your feet hit the ground. Go ahead and take this breath with me, because you know it feels beautiful. I got a shot today. I feel beautiful, because gratitude is the attitude. You got to be thankful every day that you woke up, because essentially you got a shot. Shot at what? Shot at life. A shot to just go ahead and make the things that you want to make manifest come into your life. And for that, we're talking about some of the most beautiful things that you can do. And the most important thing I always say is, if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear. You got to be a clear conduit for growth. And when you got all these, holistic gurus out there and spiritual guides, teachers alike, and people that are going to tell you and steer you and guide you into the direction that you want to, essentially be, you don't have to knock down somebody else's belief just to make yours true. Like I say, all truths are true. You just got to find the ones to make you. And for that, I say salute, putting a pint of goodness in me. You know that Guinness flow. I've just got done holding my accountability, and you can count on me waiting for you in the parking lot. That's right, Mr. Larson. Got done doing me a nice, beautiful quarantine pump, doing my Groga flow, doing my, weights with the bands and the dumbbells, and really getting myself a beautiful pump, holding off my Guinness to the end, putting that pint of goodness inside of me, because I'm always on the side of the good, the side of the growth, the side of the flow, and for that we say salute. Oh yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I tell you, after this whole day of, what have you, making it here to get to this beer, it's a beautiful thing. I'm telling you that right now. I gotta get me another sip in. So salute. Now, oh yeah, like I said, man, essentially there's so many different ways that you can, grow and, manifest the best. And essentially what you put into your body is what's, manifesting your body. And that's why a lot of, gurus out there and people alike will preach the, the vegan diet, the raw diet, make sure you put in high alkaline, this, that, and the other, whatever rabbit hole you want to go down. But if we can all agree that this place is vibrational anyways, and, is this really real? Is this a matrix? I mean, just like Ralph Cifaretto, Cypher from the Matrix says, ignorance is bliss. I mean, you remember when he's eating that steak, and he's like, is this real? Is it telling my mind, that, like, more than a feeling, or is it what everybody else is telling me? All I know is when I eat this, it feels good, and I feel, I feel beautiful. Essentially, was the message that he was getting. And I'm hearing these. I was hearing some people today talking about how, they don't like pizza and they don't eat pasta, and this is something that, I understand to each their own, but it's just like, man, everybody's got to knock down everything to make their, truths valid. And that's why, I'm really getting behind this, anti-bullying movement today, because, you ain't got to say that, oh yeah, pizza makes me feel like this and pasta does this. It's like, listen, that's just your story, because for other people out there, I eat a plate of pasta, I feel beautiful, and if you can't do the same, I feel sorry for you, whatever you got to do to make yourself smile, I'm all about that. I mean, that's what it really all has to do with anyways. I mean, whatever's going to put a big smile on your face is what's going to let you know that you're here to, that's going to let you know that you're here to stay. Like I'm saying, if you're grinning, you're winning. And that's really what it always comes down to. So, like, if a plate of pasta isn't going to put a smile on your face, and if you got to eat some, some arugula and some seaweed or whatever, some type of high vibe, whatever is going to make you feel that, then by all means, I salute. I just had to get another reason to get it in. You know what I'm saying? So, but you feel what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? You catch what I'm throwing down? When you're thinking about that, think about this. Always put the right intentions into whatever you're eating. Because like I was saying with the whole Matrix, my ramble, like I like to go, me, I can ramble like a monkey in a tree. Forrest Gump analogy. I had to hit you with that before I take me another quick sip. But what we're going with is, always say that you're putting the goodness into you. And even if you're eating a box of cereal, I mean, you can always understand that, read the good ingredients. Be like, okay, there's some zinc in here. Zinc is good for your penis. It's something that you ought to know. So for that, salute. And speaking of another thing that's great for the penis, great for making that huge piece of meat, swing to the knees, drop to the pecs, making you your best, give it a kiss. How you doing? We're talking about the banana because, I tend to just eat these because, for one, I got a whole bunch, and I got to get them in any which way I can, even in this quick mukbang moment. So I'm going to get this in. I just like the fact that it's got digestive enzymes in it, the blacker the better. And that's going to help, whatever food you put into you, break down in a better way. There's people that will say that bananas are no good for you. I tend to be on the side of the good, the side of the grow, side of the flow. So we got to get this in. So I say salute again. And that's a beautiful thing. And if you can't enjoy a banana, and, then I mean, whatever you got to do to make yourself feel something, then by all means go do it. There's an abundance of information out there. And I feel that the most important information you can put into you is what you already have inside. And that's why I always say stepping away from all these other energies that aren't even you, because essentially what the movie The Matrix is about anyways, is unplugging. And no matter what, you got to ask yourself, is this me or is this somebody else? Like, is there a reason I like this banana? I mean, or does somebody tell me to like the banana? I just know that it tastes good. I keep it simple at this point, but what we're going with is, when we're talking about, your everyday thoughts of, what you think, what you act, and how you feel, you got to understand that, are these your thoughts or are they somebody else's thoughts? That's why one of my biggest philosophies, I'm standing with a banana in my hand, one of my biggest philosophies is undoing, because sometimes you got to undo to find you. And, some of these things could be put there by a teacher, by a parent, by a guardian, by somebody that, told you how to feel a certain way at a younger age. And that's just maybe, what you would have thought. And, it's just like people out there that, never got into drinking coffee or beer. And, maybe because like when they were 7 years old, and whenever their first time they had an experience with, coffee or beer, it was a yucky experience. Like, ew, that's gross. It's like, dude, your first banana might not have been the greatest experience either. But I mean, sometimes you got to continuously try things to see if you like it. So for that, salute again. And, I was talking the other day, like, there's people that never tried alcohol, and it's like, I think that's a beautiful thing, because I don't condone the use of alcohol, but I don't condone the use of you not being you. So whatever you got to do to make yourself feel beautiful, you go ahead and do it. And, like, if you're somebody that, quit alcohol and you had a hard time with it and you're, moving on in a better direction, I think that's a beautiful thing. But to knock down, yourself and say that you're powerless and say that, the alcohol itself is bad, I mean, that's that's, you know, subject to each their own. I just feel that you can, if you're able to ride the lightning and harness the power of, you know, essentially anything, then you can always be on the good side of whatever you put into your body. And you know, you have too much arugula, that could be bad for you. You have too much spinach, that could be no good for nobody. If you drink too much water, that could be no good. So essentially, anything and, you know, everything in moderation is what's going to help you out anyways. It's just being able to, you know, to read your body and not get lost into everybody else's, you know, philosophies. You got to create your own as we go. And if being a vegan is the way for you, then by all means, go ahead and do it. You want to be a carnivore and, you know, go ahead and eat elk meat. Joe Rogan, you know what I'm saying. You know how we're going with. I know this might have been a more, you know, serious type of feel today, but, you know, either way, I'm always here to make you smile and, you know, let you know that life isn't like all that seriousness anyways, because we're born from excitement. The people that brought you here were excited to do it. Essentially, whenever you're excited and you're happy and you're smiling, you're paying homage to the tribute of you being here. And that's the reason you just got to be able to just smile at any given time. Let me finish up this banana before I keep on rhyming and keep on going. Keep on growing and keep on flowing, because you know it's a beautiful thing. And you know what time? You already know what we're coming to right now. Even though I just got done doing me a beautiful workout, and just got done drinking me, you know, almost my pint of Guinness here, getting down this banana, and going through my day of, you know, God knows what, I can tell you. All I gotta say is it doesn't matter what time it is. It doesn't matter where you happen to be. All you need to know is that energy is neither destroyed nor created, so you can go ahead and just at any given time. It doesn't matter what's going on. All that matters is growing, and it matters about being on the good side of the grow. And understand that you can increase your size at any given time. And you know my rhymes, man, to keep yourself flowing. Like I always say, Paramahansa Yogananda, the one that wrote the autobiography of a yogi, the one that brought yoga here to the West, helping people with their namaste, being their best. You know what we're talking about. He says the mind is the wielder of muscle. And when you hold validity to that, and when you understand that kind of truth, you understand that the magic is inside of you. Like I say, I don't discredit science, but I don't discredit magic. And you got to be able to understand that when you're feeling this energy, it is a form of magic or whatever you want to believe. And I understand that I can grow. And with this flow, I'm going to let you know that I am magic, I am divine, and the universe is on my side. And then we'll go with an Abraham Hicks. Things are always working out for me. That's a beautiful thing to say. It's a beautiful rhyme. And then, of course, giving gratitude for your beautiful muscles. I'm right here, sweating right now in a chair. Doesn't matter what time of day it is. Feeling beautiful, feeling and I'm growing. Letting you know you can grab energy at any given time. Go ahead and say this rhyme. One for the gratitude for your body. I am so happy and grateful that my huge, beautiful muscles are growing bigger, harder, stronger, more defined, abundantly. And then, of course, for that huge piece of meat, swinging at the knees, let's get it throbbing to the pecs. I am so happy and grateful that my huge, beautiful penis is growing bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder, abundantly. And then, of course, whenever you gotta get last rep out, it doesn't matter where you're at. You can scream and you shout, or at least feel it in your head. Feel yourself expanding and growing and flowing, and just get this out and say, I am magic, I am divine, and I can increase my size. Oh, yeah. Getting huge, massive, beautiful, man. You gotta love that, man. That's a real flow. That's a real grow. And that's a beautiful thing. For that, we say salute. Oh, yeah. Oh, whew. Just finished that pint of Guinness, put that pint of goodness into me, so it's time to drop the bun. Have some fun. It's a beautiful day to be alive. I'm letting you know that you ain't got to bully anybody's belief to make yours true. And the sea of, you know, what this happens to be, just understand that all truths are true. Whatever you got in here is essentially you. let go of any type of ideas that don't resonate with you. Try to find the ones that work for you. Read your body, not what somebody else tells you, because you are your own resistance. You are your own, meter, your judge, your leader, and you're going to be able to, feel what works for you. If you're going out there listening to what this person says about, about something that you love, then what good is that? You know what I mean? So just be aware of, of other teachers out there, and understand that you are your own greatest teacher. And even the greatest teachers got to take life lessons along the way, because, that's what life's all about. There's a phrase that gets thrown around: if you ain't learning, you ain't living. So you go ahead and write that down. And if you're grinning, you're winning. I say it again with the double time, man. It's a beautiful rhyme. And you know what we're going with today? What it's always about is love. And I always got to spread this message every single time. It doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter, who comes across your mind. You hear somebody on the other line of the phone. If you're out there, in the stores battling it out. However you are, if you're in traffic, whatever thought you have about anybody, whether it's good, bad, or neutral, you just intend on that person, that soul, to have a beautiful day, to feel love in some kind of way. And you go along your day, and you just hacked the matrix. You just made the world a better place. And that's really what it's all about anyways, man. So whenever you go out there, man, make sure that you're spreading that love around, because the world is a reflection of you. So make sure you start loving yourself. You go by that mirror, you say, I love you. That's like in the end of Rocky. That's right. I love you. You know what I mean? You know me, I love my lines, I love my movies. And with this whole quarantine flow, you go ahead and watch something that might make you smile, man. It doesn't matter, because whenever you're on that side, that's where the energy is going to supercharge your size, because, you don't want to be, you don't want to be bitter and glum, because that ain't no fun. Like Matthew McConaughey in The Beach Bum says, all right, all right, all right. Fun is the gun. And that is the word you got to run with. Fun is the gun. So anytime that you got to, anytime that you're smiling, you're having fun, you're in the winning side of the grow. And that's what's going to help you. That's what's going to help you manifest, that bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder penis, and naturally raise that testosterone. Because we're talking about, manifesting the size and growing into the giants that we are, being the gods that we are. We're talking about being huge. We're talking about not worrying about them, little gremlins at your feet, because it's like, we're up here, man. We're massive. We're not worried about, of course, we ain't going to stop on your friend's house. It's going to be that huge giant of love, sucking that huge piece of meat, throb between the pecs, give it a kiss. How you doing? You know what we're going with this flow. I'm talking about, when you're up here, you're not worried about what's down there, so never worry about that anyway. So forget about that. When you're thinking about that, think about this. Love is the answer. Fun is the gun. And you're going to always be able to keep yourself, listening to your, your own intuition. Your heart is your guide. And that is essentially what's going to increase your size. Don't bully anybody, man. If somebody's, obviously, you'll know when to step in and stand up for somebody that's, being bullied or whatever. But the biggest bully that you have is your own mind. And that's really what it all comes down to, man. Don't be a bully to yourself, man. Doubting yourself is the biggest bully of them all. So make sure that you believe in you, because I believe in you. I believe that you're a beautiful person, that you got purpose, that you belong to be here. I intend on all you guys to be comfortable in your own skin, to just feel beautiful being naked, to understand that we are a piece of the divine, and understand that we are all created to be the gods that we are. And let's just keep going with our own, our own intuition, and spreading that love and not hurting no one. That's really what it all comes down to anyways, man, because as long as you're taking care of yourself, you're taking care of everybody else. And when you're going out there with the right intentions and not hurting nobody, it's all going to come back. That's the yin and the yang, the woo and the way. You know me always doing that woo way flow. Path of least resistance, the things that help me grow. Not worried about doing things in that particular order. Just doing things as they come, to have that fun. And just let you know that you're doing something right. So with that, I feel I'm going to close this beautiful experience yet again. I think I just heard my kid Seek just coming in. And you know what we're going with. Like I always say, man, I'm here for you if you want to learn the techniques that are manifested through me, because I am a conduit for growth. And I'm continuously getting profound results. I'm continuously learning and improving my techniques and these growth routines, especially through this quarantine, really, you know, helping the collective beyond meat. And we're talking about, you know, the super edging, the super joking. We're talking about masturbation for manifestation. We're talking about working out in aroused states. We're talking about utilizing sexual energy to increase your size and all that type of beautiful, you know, beautiful love that I have inside me to share and spread to you and make this world a better place. So with that, I say salute. It's time for me to get myself another, you know, Guinness or two or a couple beers at Dos Equis. Who knows what's going on? All I just gotta say is I love you guys. I'll be seeing you around. Make sure you guys are getting on my social media. Check out my cat, Sue. Take care of the neighborhood. My wolf and my bear are always there. They're snoozing right now. And I'll be seeing you around, man. 2020 is a beautiful year. Have some fun. Fun is the gun. And keep it clear. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.